This is the new Pocket. I'm talking about this other one. This is the new RGB pocket light from Zhiyun, the M20C. I don't think that we have anything similar in the current market with this combination of power, size, and design. And you can use this for photos, videos, and it's also great for vlogging with the new Pocket 3. But I'm going to be honest, the Aputure MC has been one of my favorite pocket lights since I bought it. So my question is if the new M20C from Zhiyun is going to be a better choice than this other one. This video is not sponsored by either brand, and let me start by saying that these two lights have a high CRI value and the build quality is really good, but I am quite impressed with the new modular design that the M20C has. If you buy the basic version, you will get the light itself with this cage or extension bracket. You just have to unlock and open this door, insert the light inside, and that's it. Very quick and easy. The extension bracket has 3 cold shoe mounts on the sides and on the top, so you can mount different accessories. There is a 1/4-inch thread hole at the bottom, so you can use the light on a tripod. You can attach this on top of your camera, and the back is magnetic, so you can mount the light on any metal surface. If you buy the combo package, you will get a few light modifiers. These are magnetic and will attach at the front of the cage, and you can combine the ones that you need or just use one at a time. But what exactly are you getting? You get this diffuser panel, which I don't feel like I'll be using too much because this light already has a diffusion panel built in, but this will cut down on some highlights. This honeycomb grid gives you more control of the light so it doesn't spill on the sides. And the barn doors are my favorite. They are lightweight, they feel premium, and this will let you shape the light even further. I do like a lot how easy these accessories attach one to the other. It saves a lot of time and there is no need to worry about them falling off. The Aputure doesn't have so many light modifiers. In fact, just this silicone diffuser, which used to be white. But I like that this has magnets in the back and a 1/4-inch thread hole already built in, so you don't need a cage or anything like that. The Aputure is also smaller in size and has a low weight of 130 grams. The M20C can also fit inside my pocket. If I use the cage with a modifier, it's going to be a different story. But I can still carry this inside my backpack without taking too much space. It is heavier at 200 grams, and with the cage, it will go up to 270 grams. On both devices, you can select the color of the light using the HSI color wheel, but on the M20C, we can also input each of the RGB values. These two units are bicolor. The M20C has a higher range from 2500 to 10,000 Kelvin, and this light also has a control to add a green or magenta tint. The Aputure on the other side has a range from 3200 to 6500 Kelvin, but the big difference here is that the M20C has 20 watts of power. That's a big number for this size, and this is how it looks like at full power at 5500 Kelvin at 1.5 meters away from me. The Aputure only has 5 watts of power, and this is how it looks like at 5500 Kelvin at full power at 1.5 meters away from me. And here's a look side by side 1 meter away from the wall. So with the M20C, I just need to use 25% of power to get the same level of brightness of the Aputure at 100%. And according to my tests, this also applies to the RGB mode. All of this means that we're sacrificing the compact design, not by much, but we're getting 4 times more power on the M20C. With all that power, you must be thinking about overheating. Well, to avoid that, this light has a big heatsink that you might be able to see on the sides. And right in the middle, it has a small fan to dissipate the heat. It turns on and off based on the light temperature, and depending on that, it will ramp the speed of the fan up or down. This means that this light can be very quiet, but sometimes it's going to make more noise. So it might be a good idea not to use this next to a microphone. The The Aputure doesn't have a fan, so it's less powerful, but will always be silent. Another important topic is about the battery life. The Aputure at maximum power, which is 5 watts, will last for about 2 hours. The M20C, also at 5 watts, will run for 3 hours, and at 20 watts, it will last for 40 minutes. On both devices, you can use a USB-C cable to charge and use them at the same time. The two of them support PD charging, but be aware that when you plug or unplug a cable on the M20C, the light will turn off for about a second. I am not sure if this is a hardware design, but if this gets fixed on a firmware update, I will let you know in the comment section. The M20C has 2 control wheels that can be pressed. They have a good size and feel, and changing the settings inside the menus is much easier and faster than doing so on the Aputure, which has a dedicated on and off switch but only one multi-purpose control wheel that can be pressed to change the settings. And sometimes using it is just frustrating and confusing, in my opinion. Now, if we look at the display, the one on the Aputure will be easier to read because the text is bigger than on the M20C. But at the same time, I also like to be able to read what setting I'm using without having to dive too much into the menus. These 2 lights can be used with an app on your smartphone to control the brightness, the colors. You can control multiple lights within the same brand, and this app will also let you do firmware updates. In terms of light effects, the Aputure has 9 and the M20C has 16 in total. The main difference here is the maximum brightness that can be used on each one, but also the M20C will let you change a few other settings depending on the effect. For example, for the police car, I can change the brightness. The color can stay on a single color, red, blue, or I can change it to be both, and I can also change the speed of the effect. And the M20C also has a music mode where it's going to react to external sounds, just like this. Hello, hello. There are 2 things that I don't like about this light. If you like to run and gun, this light will rattle if it's inside the cage. But I found that placing a small piece of Velcro at the bottom will solve this problem. And the other thing is, I wish it had the 1/4-inch thread hole at the bottom of the light instead of having to use the cage. These are not major drawbacks, and it may not be as compact or silent as the Aputure MC, but I would recommend this for the extra power, extended battery life, easiness to use the controls, and let's not forget the magnetic modifiers. The Aputure has a lower price at around $90, and the basic version of the Zhiyun M20C has a price of $139, and the combo goes up to $169. There is a special discount of $20 on both versions going on right now, so you might want to check that using the links in the video description. I got a feeling that I'll be getting a second one, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.